What's that look like? Is it too dark?
Let's see. Nah, I like it.
Over here on the big screen.
Oh yeah.
Because this should be there.
Oh yeah, that's dark. What's on the 2 lights? Oh, that's what up, what up, what up? Who's on the live? Who's on the live? Jay the Drink's about to be in here. Hold up. Oh, there it is. Bro, these Prime Energy drinks are it.
The Gatorade ones, that blue one's my favorite one.
I had it the other day, man. I was like, oh, this is what Tuli's talking about.
That blue one's good.
From a Gatorade
I feel like they kind of too sweet a little bit, but
I
think I got over it.
I don't drink it as fast as I would something else. Yo, what up, what up, what up? We're about to get into episode 6. Yo, what up, Chach? About to get in with it. Jay the Drink, episode 6. Hey, if you didn't watch Reese's interview, man, you got to go and watch it. For being 18 years old, it was a fucking really good conversation, man. Here in about 3 months, I'll do the little shorts. What up, Joker? I'll do the little reels or whatever the hell they call them. I'm going to build up how much attention we can get over these next 3 months. And then after these next 3 months, I'll shoot all the viral moments, cut them, clip them, and then send people back because we're not going to do this season 4 until another year. So for the rest of the year, I'm going to push all the artists and I'm going to do it in sequences. So right now we're doing interviews. We're going to push the long form. And then after 3 months, I'm going to edit everything and cut these viral moments. Somebody's going to do all that shit for me. Then we're going to push it again. And then during the summer, we'll chill out for a little bit. And then I'll do another final run. I'm really trying to get in touch with somebody who knows how to do magazines type shit. I think that should be fire, bro.
That's crazy. I might know somebody.
Do a magazine, In the Loop magazine. That we can set at barbershops and places like that people can stay in touch or actually be in the loop. So let's hop this in, baby. Get this on. Go to the link in the bio to watch with the audio and everything, because right now you're just gonna get audio from here. You guys gonna get me. One time, mic check.
Yeah.
Hey, we in here. Episode 5 just happened now. This is episode 6. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me, my brother.
Yes, sir.
This is gonna be, well, let's get started. Hey, yo, this is an In the Loop production, and we are live in Midland, Texas at Element 14, right off the Loop and Garfield. If you haven't been here, if you're a gamer, Twitcher, podcaster, you need to come check this place out. This space that I'm in, and they have another place. This is for 3 people. The other one is for 2 people. Is actually rentable. You can rent this space. I rent it. It's not exclusive to me. If you got a podcast idea or you just want to talk shit with your homies, come and rent this place out. If you're a gamer and you're always either in some type of tournament online, these guys host a FIFA tournament last Sunday. They're host a Madden tournament things like that. If I could flip the camera, you guys can see the space, but you got to come check it out. This is episode 6. Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time joining us, we appreciate you learning about the artist this way. This is just another way to learn about the artist you're listening to. But if you're an artist, this is a way to know what to do and what not to do. The last artist we had on, he said he didn't know how to upload to DSPs. So this is an opportunity for you to learn and pick up game to continue on the path that you're on as an artist. If you've joined us before and this is your second, third, fourth, fifth time watching us, thank you so much for learning about the artist this way. This is season 3. This is episode 6. So we got about 18 more episodes to go every Thursday at 7 and 9 p.m. After that, I may continue, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to stop right there. So I'm not going to do a very, very lengthy introduction with this man in front of me. I'm going to hit some of the highlights because there's so much goddamn to cover that I don't even know if we would grasp how much he has done and how much he's meant to the space for the 432 out here. So I'm going to hit on some of the things that I think are his highlights, and then I'll let him talk about himself and talk shit accordingly, as they say, and then uplift himself. But I'm going to go through some of the things so you have an idea who sits in front of you and why you should learn about this artist and why you should tune into this conversation. So in front of us, we got Jay the Drank Leo. Let the people know, man.
What's up, y'all? What's going down?
Say what up. Say what up. What else they know you by, man?
Jay the Drink Leo, Drankavelli, Too Many Chains, Obi-Wan Hoes Know Me, Benjamin Dranklin, Drank Sinatra. Yeah.
Let's go, man. You started off as Jay the Truth.
I did. That was
which I'm going to start there and we'll go for a little bit.
Long time ago.
I've known Jay for a long time. I mean,
15?
At least 15 years, yeah.
Yeah, I was like 13 at the time.
That shit is wild, man.
I'll be 28, so yeah, about 15.
Oh, yeah, wow. So, and I think I came, well, before Smuck and all them, when you were, hanging around and picking up game, you did a video with Potsy.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Was that like your first one?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm like.
That was trash.
It was trash.
Trash, man. I'm mad it's still on YouTube right now.
I saw it the other day.
I'm about to go flag it.
I picked it up.
That motherfucker.
I definitely wanted to bring that up, but you have features. I'm just gonna name them real quick. Listed on your platforms in YouTube. SPM. Yep. You got a few of them. Lucky Luciano, which you said you got a whole mixtape with, which I feel is gonna be a collectible because he's now switched into another space.
Exactly.
You got stuff with Nate Dogg, that one visual that I really like. Yep. Yo Gotti, Boozy, Kevin Gates, Future, Gucci Man, Jada Kiss, Young Buck, Snoop.
Yeah.
That's just a few.
Yeah, it's just a few.
There's a lot that you have in the vault.
Yeah,
like a Snow the Product verse that you can't release.
Nope, she wouldn't clear it.
Snow, I don't know how this gets to Snow, but okay. Chingo Bling.
Yep.
Struggle Jennings. Man, you got it quite a bit. Okay. And then you managed to get signed to 3 different labels.
Yep.
In your career. You were getting paid verses at 16.
Yeah.
17.
500-600 a verse.
That's wild, man. So for those of us, for those of you watching as an artist, Jay the Drink started off Jay the Truth. You got signed at 15, or what was it? Who was the first record label?
Yeah, I got signed to This Latin.
This Latin.
I think it was like 16. At 15, I started working with them, but at 16, I signed with This Latin under Gold Toes.
All right,
and
that's right.
I was with them for about 3 years.
Okay.
It was a good experience. A lot of business fuck ups I had to learn on my own. I put an album out under them, didn't see none for it, which is fine.
You put a whole album out and it didn't drop, or you didn't get any money
I
from
didn't
it?
get no money for it.
Oh damn! So
Yeah.
it went on their
Yeah.
distribution, whatever, and
Yeah, which like I said, I ain't tripping. The thing with this Latin is they kind of treated their label like a car club. Like there's different chapters all across the country. So when an artist
Oh.
drops, you get played everywhere. I dropped my first single.
Okay.
I dropped my first single with them, and I think I did like 10,000 plays. This is before streams. This is YouTube
Holy!
in like 12 hours
Oh wow!
because every chapter would post it, and it was MySpace. I'll say it like that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was real. It was a good learning experience, especially working with Gotos, and that's how I met Lucky, and that's how I met Lil Ro. That's how I met Flatline. That's how I got the ball rolling with Baby Gas, Lil Raider, all them.
Man,
So
that's
I
what I'm
connected.
saying. There is too much to. I don't think I could highlight it as much as probably you could highlight what you've done, man.
There's a lot I do not remember, so you probably have more in the notes than I remember.
Yeah, because it's like you're at a point now where you probably forgot most of what what you're living.
Oh, definitely.
There's
I forget I got a song with Nate Dogg until you just brought it up. I was like, oh yeah, and we shot a video.
and you shot a video.
Don't remember that.
That's just wild, man. You've done a lot of what people are trying to do right now. So I definitely want to highlight you every time, man, because you're still in the space. So on purpose, if you've noticed the way that I've been promoting on In the Loop, it was, people's past visuals or music. And on purpose, I wanted to tell you while you're in front of me was what really caught me was when you dropped Vent. Because I felt like it was a new lane for you. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like your visuals after that and the music a little bit has been in a different lane. So you got like Window Pane. You got your recent one. What was it? Leave It?
Leave You Behind.
Leave You Behind.
And Pain Pill.
The Pain Pill I really rock with, man. And then you got your album that you just dropped with that I sent you messages on about addiction.
Oh yeah, Tales of a Broken Heart.
Yeah, Tales of a Broken Heart. I feel I wanted to highlight that, man. Even though you have, and I'm talking hella accomplishments, some of your SPM features are 100,000 views, 200,000 views.
Oh yeah.
The ones with Lucky Luciano are all more than 20,000 views. And there's fucking 20, 25. I don't know, man.
Yeah, both. All three. I got 5 records of SPM, but 3 of them are out.
Okay.
Each one has one of them has a 250,000. The other 2 have I think 200,000 together.
Well, even the ones with Lucky Luciano that you've done,
I got a couple with 100,000 with him.
Easy,
alone.
Man. And those were 7 years ago.
Yeah, I still get checks for those.
That shit is wild.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a whole mixtape with him.
Oh, the whole album.
A whole album, okay.
New beats.
Man.
Like I said, Chingo, a couple other people I can't name right now, but it's just sitting there. You got to think, me and Lucky got like 40 songs together.
God.
And those are the ones out. Those aren't the ones on the tape. The other 14 songs I ain't put out yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of sitting on that right now.
It almost feels like does it feel like you've been able to take a breath since this kicked off, man?
Yeah, when I went to jail for a little bit, I could take a breath.
Shit.
I didn't have to think about it. But nah, I mean, with my foot on the gas, I ain't stopped at all.
It doesn't seem like it, man. I'll get off a live right quick because I want to. Hey, y'all hop onto the YouTubes, because I want to bring up the YouTube, man. I wanted to do this live because I wanted people to see instead of just writing it down. As soon as you pull up, okay. So, for example, just Pain Pill in general, with the few visuals that you have right now in this, I feel like it's a new lane for you in the way you're creating music and showing up. Pain Pill has 44,000 views on just your Jay the Drank Leo page.
Right.
Because are you in control, or did you create Tags 361 and Mexican World Star?
I helped build them.
Okay, you helped build them.
I met Tags during MySpace. And
damn, MySpace days.
He made the Tags channel and was asking people to upload their music. And I was one of the first people, and I stuck with him.
Oh, okay.
I got him clients from MySpace days
until
now. And I think Tags has like 80 million views now.
It's insane, man.
Yeah, and then he made the Mexican World Star, which was for like the Cali vibe.
Oh,
At
okay.
first, it was
Okay.
Underground United. We just wanted another channel, and then we changed it to Mexican World Star, and we did the same thing. I started putting my music on there, putting people onto that, and that has like 20 million views or something like that. So I just helped him. I just helped the homeboy. That's all it was.
I got you. Because those channels now are doing really good, man.
Oh, they're doing great.
But like, okay, here's one you dropped 6 months ago. Well, it is on your new album, I think. Blame It on the Pain, right?
Yep.
So the audio 6 months ago, 49,000 views
That's on my page. If
on your page.
there's a topic page, that distribution puts out,
Oh man,
that has 84,000.
that's what I'm saying. There was
Yeah, the lyric
you were
video.
spread across so
Yeah.
many platforms. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, there's no way to calculate.
Well, see-
Just going through YouTube would just be a small.
Yeah, well, see, Blame It on the Pain on my channel has, well, we'll say 50. The lyric video has 5. The new topic that dropped Friday for the album has 1,000. And then the old topic when I dropped it 6 months ago has 84,000.
Yeah, so
that's
easy
already-
100,000
I think it's like 140.
on the single.
Yeah, no video.
Okay, see.
And then that's the one on Spotify that has like, I think it's 150. And then Apple Music's like 60.
Damn,
And
man.
I just dropped that randomly just to drop some.
Wow,
I still, if you look at my Facebook, I posted it once.
How does it feel? That's a shit ton of plays, man.
I got a lot of subscribers from that song, and I just dropped it to drop it. But shout out to my partner FJ Outlaw. He's actually doing a lot of numbers right now, so he helped me a lot. He actually didn't help me promote the record. It just, his name alone
just on its own.
It grew legs and started running like a motherfucker. We was going for it. It's still going. I'm still
Yeah,
getting
no, it's
a
still
lot of views for that just one record.
It would. I wouldn't. I don't know what you would. I don't know what to do with that information. I mean, and your Tales of a Broken Heart, you were saying, we're on the phone the other day. It already has like 250,000 plays
I think we're at like 400 now.
in a month.
It's been a week.
A week.
A week tomorrow.
You would only hear about. So, is it safe to say that how back in the day, an artist would drop something and it was all about how many records they sold within a week?
Mhm.
So is it safe to say that you can almost use that same logic with plays? Because I know selling records and having plays are different, of course, right?
Well, I mean,
but
in a sense, you can't. I mean, I guess you have to now. No one's buying records anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
But then again, Tales of a Broken Heart hit 31 on the iTunes charts, the rap charts.
So that's what
So I mean, it did pretty good.
So if you got 100,000 plays, I would almost feel like it's equal to selling 100,000 records, almost.
Almost. Well, see, like the thing is, that's what streams. It's Apple Music and Spotify. On the iTunes charts, you have to physically buy it, and I ended up on the chart.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so like Apple, like iTunes, it don't matter how many streams you get; those are physical buys. And I ended up
be able to be listed on the chart.
And I got number 31.
31 on the charts, man. How did that feel as an artist? Because you've been in the game a long time, man.
I was probably that's probably the last time I've been happy for the last year or two. Like happiness.
Have you ever been on the charts?
No, I didn't even thought about being on the charts.
Let's go, man. Hell yeah.
You don't think of shit like that. You just put music out. And
I mean, you hope probably, but
you're
probably not looking.
You want it, but when you get that text, my partner he sent me a screenshot. He's like, look, and I had to look on my own phone, and it was there.
That shit is cool, man.
We stayed in the top 100 for like 2 days.
Let's go, man.
It went from like 31. I think later that night it was like 52, and then it was like 77, and then I just stopped looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, to stay on the chart, because the iTunes charts, they refresh every hour.
Oh, okay.
So to stay, I mean, you could be 31 for an hour and then be off the chart totally.
Okay.
I was there for at least a good 18 hours for sure.
I'll dig that, man. It's something. You're on the charts.
Yeah, I loved it.
Again, looking at the numbers that we just talked about, there's something to say about it. Am I delusional?
No.
Am I delusional to want to interview you in the sense, in any artist, but you in the sense of there's other people doing numbers like Chris Aguilar. He dropped a single in his first month. I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
He was doing, I think he said 250,000 plays. Like, what the hell is happening?
You just gotta.
I mean, it's a good thing.
I guess it just depends how you market and everything. If you know the strategy of real marketing, then you can make it work.
Do these platforms incorporate their own marketing strategy when you
No.
upload? Do you have to hire them to do it? Like meaning pay for an extra service or feature to push it?
They don't even do that.
They don't even offer it?
They're making so much money from the major artists. They don't worry about us.
Yeah, that's
So you really got to learn the analytics, and you got to understand that marketing and promoting are two different things. People don't know that.
For sure.
They think it's the same thing. They
What-
think marketing is just a fancier word. It's not.
What's the major difference?
Marketing is finding your audience. Promoting's targeting them. Two
Okay.
different things. Because you can't just promote to people that aren't into your music or your type of style. You're just wasting money. When you market something, you got to figure out who's listening to that. You're finding the clients, promoting. You're promoting it to the same people.
Okay.
Two different things.
It's like retargeting them.
Basically. It's like looking for a clientele that fucks with you and then selling it to them right after.
I got you.
But if you try to promote if I can go to a country bar
and try to promote
crap music, it's not going to work.
I got you.
You might get 5 people. But if you go to a trap spot with trap music, most likely everybody's going to fuck with it.
Okay.
You got to find people first and then promote. And there's different ways to do that. It's just people want to be lazy and promote book these fake art promoters and all that bullshit, thinking they know what they're doing, and they ain't doing shit.
How did you learn that?
I took 2 years off the game and just studied the internet. That's about it.
When you were first getting started, who was in charge of your marketing when you were 16, 17? Did they come with the team when you got signed, or were you expected to build and lead the team?
Well, with This Latin, I mean, we had all them chapters. That was kind of our team. So
it's like a platform.
Made it easier, yeah. And then when I signed to Lucky, I mean, it's Lucky. Whoever knows Lucky knows me after that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't learn until I left that label or left Steak and Shrimp and kind of had to figure it out on my own.
Okay. What was the time like with Steak and Shrimp?
It was great. I mean, that's probably where I got the majority of my fan base. All my people were buying features because I was next to Lucky.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I could call Lucky. We'll have like a 3-hour conversation about nothing.
Yeah,
and
man.
That was my boy. Like, we were real close.
You spent a lot of time for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I remember you just talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you were doing, you did a couple of shows at Fiesta West, Texas.
Yep.
At the stadium. I remember that. And you already had people coming up to you wanting to take photos.
That was the Mex-Tex.
The Mex-Tex, yeah. The Menudo Cook-Off or whatever, I think.
Yeah. The first rapper to ever perform at one.
Oh, that's wild. See, I didn't know that.
2 years in a row.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yep, they called us back again. That was with my cousin Patsy. It was me and Potts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You already had fans in the crowd, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was interesting to watch because it wasn't so apparent as it is today.
Oh yeah,
You were still like a needle in a haystack type of shit, you know.
Oh, definitely. That's when I was trying to stick my feet in the water. I was really learning everything at a slow pace though, because the internet wasn't popping like that.
No, it wasn't.
But that's a CD era, so I learned how to hustle CDs. My first album did 900 copies.
Damn.
And I was paying $1.25 an album, selling them for $10 an album.
Dang, that upside is good.
I was 16 years old.
Dang.
Like I was on Newswest 9 for that shit.
How would you do that today to have that same amount of profit? Do you see that same amount of profit?
There's more money in the music industry now with streaming. There's way more money.
You talked about getting I was pretty sure, is you right? Different checks?
Yeah.
From the same, in a sense, stream, the same
you can get
play, but
you can get a check from your distribution, you can get a check from your YouTube, you can get a check from YouTube from distribution, because your distribution is going to collect everything your music's on.
Okay.
And then you can monetize your YouTube and get a whole nother check for the same exact thing. And you got your sound exchange, your BMI or ASCAP, and then you got your publishing and royalties. That's 6 checks for the same song.
For the same
song and all them, You get 6 checks for the same song.
And most artists are probably just getting one,
Yeah, if even.
if even.
We got to think. Okay, the way the music industry set up last year, the music industry made $87 billion. The artists only got paid out, I think, 72 billion. So there's a lot. I mean, 800 billion. My bad.
Yeah,
The artists got paid out 72 billion around the world. So there's still a lot of money out there that's goes to labels and distributors and all that.
that's a shit ton of money.
But there's only 12% out of all the world of artists who get paid.
Oh, that's wild, man.
So all these artists are putting out music and never getting paid.
Oh,
I'm glad to be a part of that 12%. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say that would make me sick, man. Part of In the Loop again is just encouraging people, like, you're about to put something out there that it could pop 5 years from now. Don't you want to check from it? That's how I see it, you know?
I don't even use SoundCloud no more, but my song with Lucky, Drinking Codeine, I still get emails all the time, people reposting it. That's like 8 years ago.
Wow, man.
I'm still having people, that's an old song. I hate that record.
What's that you know of, because you got so much going on, what's your oldest song that you still get a royalty check from, or a check in general?
Drinking Codeine.
Mm-hmm. How old is it?
That's about 8 years.
Oh, you're saying 8 years.
Well, I'll be 28 this year. I did it when I was 19.
God, so almost 10 years.
About 9 years. About 9-10 years.
How did you get put on to understanding these 6 ways to get paid, man? Like the BMI and the ASCAP, I think you don't really hear a lot of artists talk about. How do you get that set up?
I just started watching independent rappers,
okay,
artists with not a huge fan base, but they're big still, getting paid like they're big rappers. And I was like, how the fuck are they doing that? Because they got a loyal fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how are they doing this? I just started researching and talking to people. That's why I took 2 years off. When I say off, I didn't put an album out.
Yeah,
I was putting singles out all the time, though,
okay,
or features or whatever I was doing at the time. Still getting a lot of views, whoop to whoop, but I wasn't focused on an album for those 2 years. I was learning the business side. Like I got like 4 or 5 books at the crib right now. I learned and read, and I was like, okay, it's deeper than this.
Gotcha.
Because you got to look at it as a business perspective. Because if you don't, you're not going to make no money. And even really, the way I see it, you should make music to like for the love of it, for what you're bringing to the table. The money will come after. But if you don't know how the money comes, you're never going to see it.
Oh man, that's a good point. Because there are a lot of starving artists. You don't have to be.
It's like going to a job. You can start as a regular worker and stay at $15 an hour the rest of your life. The more you learn, the higher you go. You might be supervisor one day. But if you're not going to push for that, you're never going to see it.
How would you, and we'll get into this because I know you had your own artists and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make sure that your artist or an artist has a foundation to be able to build a business off of it?
They got to be hungry for it. Really, I can't speak much on that because I've had a lot of artists. I've coached a lot of artists. I can name a lot of artists that I helped get.
Dude, I was going to go through it. Like you had a feature with Ryder from 7 years ago.
I signed Ryder.
That shit is wild.
My son wasn't even born yet, so I was 19, 20, and I signed Ryder and put him in the studio all the time.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, like I had to be like 18, 19. I signed Ryder. I signed a lot of artists and just took them under my wing, but a lot of them were either too young to understand or didn't go what I went through while I was learning at the same time.
Oh, okay, I see.
So, I mean, really, I just told them stay on the ball and keep staying consistent with music, and that's about it. Some of them listened, some of them didn't. That's why I don't have artists anymore. I don't want any more artists.
I got you.
I'm more focused on me right now.
There've been a lot of artists out here who, whether you may know this, but where you are the light at the end of the tunnel that they were focusing on.
Yeah.
So I've seen you had somebody, or I don't think he was featured on it, but you got K Fuentes in the video, in the visual, like 8 years ago or something like that. And
that's when I was 16. That
okay.
was about 11 years ago.
Yeah. So see, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, you got a feature with Baby Scrap. I mean, you got stuff with Wes. Uh,
I ain't gonna say I put nobody on, but them two, Scrap and West, I helped them with their foundation for sure.
there's quite a bit of them, man. Of course, Lil Low Joker. I mean, adult entire UMME, like Ray Bans and them. So
Ray Bans, Mr. DJ Busy, everybody that was affiliated at the time. Like I said, that you and me's how do you say it? Retired though.
I got you.
There's no more of that, but yeah.
And I think it's similar to what we're talking about with Reese. Is you were the closest thing to what they were trying to create. You are, again, I don't whether you feel like it or not, because you definitely have fan support.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's one thing to be recognized. It's like going on Power 106. It's not that you do it for Power 106 like people in New York, but once you get on it, you know you're on type stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're being recognized. You're being recognized from an outsider standpoint, and that's what In the Loop is. Watching the scene out here, I'm nobody special. I'm not even locked into the music scene like that. It's just something that I enjoy. I got a daughter who's sings and raps, so it may be another thing that keeps me biased to it. But getting involved in the space, just like what you're saying about the business side of what you're doing, sometimes you take a look at the whole picture and see what's happening. And when I did that, you are someone's name that probably comes up or should come up more than almost any artist out here. So I would put, so like I was talking with Reese, there's different eras that we've had out here.
Mm-hmm.
I think Smuck was an error,
Mm-hmm.
and you were early on in that, and then you were an error, and now here you are, 27. You're still only 27, man.
I think when it comes to that, I'm probably one of the only artists that was a part of every era.
That's exactly.
I mean, the whole
And now you're in this era.
Black Lorraine and Respect Is Due. I was in the club with them performing when I was 14.
And then there was an era right before them as well. When I was 15, SPM was coming down here, and you had I had Chach in here in Y&D Casino,
mm-hmm.
and they're related to Isaac Yorkman and them, and they were involved in in that era too. Mm-hmm. So there was like, and then I felt like it was Smuck and them, and then so you've definitely been involved in quite a few eras.
Definitely.
This is what I call the evolution of hip hop, and every city has an evolution of hip hop. Only a few of them get to be recognized as their own little niche. So like 3-6 Mafia was an evolution of hip hop that didn't happen right away, but when it got to that area, 3-6 Mafia is what came out of it.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like that's what's happening out here. Now we're at a point where the evolution of hip hop is actually something to be recognized out here. And I feel like we're going to have our own sound, man. I feel like people are going to be able to say, oh yeah, that's from West Texas.
I would hope so. I mean,
what do you think about the music out here right now, man, when you listen to people and artists?
Just to be honest, I don't. I don't even listen to rap music like that no more.
No, you listen to rock or what? Metal?
Rock, country.
Okay.
Old school shit like Kenny Rogers, Lee Greenwood. Like,
okay.
I listen to a lot of podcasts too. I don't even listen to music much no more.
I got you.
Be honest with you. But I do hear like a lot of the young artists out here now. But if they post some, then I'm probably the last person to hear it because I'm just not interested. I'm not interested. I don't even listen to like when big artists drop shit.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah,
I'm just secluded. I'm just over there.
I got you. I think I'm a little bit different. I listened to a lot of podcasts in my 20s, and I didn't really listen to a lot of music. Now I'm listening to more music than probably podcasts or anything, just because I feel like I missed out.
I'm listening to old music, like 70s and 80s music.
I got you.
That's kind of what I'm on right now. That's what I love.
Are you gonna incorporate that into your music, you think? Like maybe some...
I mean, I could. It's more of I don't want to listen to new shit and try to emulate it.
No,
it's not even you're trying to emulate it. You listen to it too much, then it just happens.
Yeah, that's a good...
So I'm just kind of staying in my own little
bubble
at the point.
That's an interesting point because I can see that happening. Um, I don't like to watch, I guess, other. I mean, I do, but other podcasts, I guess, because I don't want to if get an idea and
Feel,
it.
feel like you're following their
Yeah, and
footsteps. Mhm.
yeah. So I'm like, I'd rather just kind of come up with my own epiphanies on my own and see what happens and see if I'm right. For whatever reason, I don't know. As an artist, I guess you just don't want to be called a copycat or something, or biting.
Well, see, even if I did that, I know I could do it better. But
That's
it's more like just I've made so much music, and all I do is music. Let me just get away from music. Sometimes
I gotcha.
it kind of just gets annoying to me.
Well, someone as long as you've been in the space, man, I can see that. I can see that happening. So at 15, 16, you're living with when this is happening.
My grandma,
Okay.
and my mom at the time.
What are they thinking about this? This is something new to the space, man. You got labels trying to sign you.
Oh, my grandma don't think none of it. She just supports.
Okay.
My mom understands a little bit, but she was probably my number one supporter for sure. She just said, "Go for it." I guess she saw something before I did, and I mean, look where it's come. Since
Yeah,
then.
she was there at those early shows.
Yeah.
I remember, man. I'm like, oh, okay, which is a good thing, man. At that age, I think
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to be in there.
at
I was
first.
14. There's like a 21 and up club.
Hey, did you go to the Twister concert that we
Mhm.
put on? Yeah, you were like
Yeah,
15 or something.
yeah, I was like 15, bro. Like, she went to a lot of them shows, but then I guess I talked to her and I'm like, I'm cool, just let me go. And
Just
that's when Smuck would take me in.
yeah.
It's not like the nigga would watch me or nothing. I was just
Nah, you were
there.
just
I
that
could take care of
kid.
myself. It just I needed to get in, and security wouldn't let me in unless I was with y'all at the time.
Man, talk about that, man. Because you were still in school.
Yeah.
So you go back to school and what? And say what? Or I mean, would you even talk about it? Like,
Mm-mm. Actually, no. I was the quiet kid
okay,
in the corner with headphones on, sneaking headphones in.
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I'd cut a fucking hole in my pocket and run the headphones
Oh,
all the
that's
way
funny.
up and just not listen
Yeah, because
in
they
class
weren't
at all. Yep.
allowing it. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, kids started recognizing later, like in towards the end of junior high and like high school and shit. And that's when I started like, okay, I could push CDs here and shit, and I did. But before that, no, I didn't talk about it.
What were they saying once it kind of kicked off, man, and it was a legit thing?
I mean, they didn't believe in it. They didn't understand it. I mean, I barely understood it. So they're like, "You got signed to a label, okay?" Like they didn't get what that means.
They don't even grasp it. Yeah.
I barely did. I was like, "Cool, I'm with this Latin. That works." You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I performed at my junior high. That was cool.
Oh, at the junior high school
Yeah, it was like some pep rally. Me and my brother performed there. It was pretty cool.
while you were still there
Yeah,
or
well,
going there.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That's what kind of got us started. They're like, "Oh, these guys are serious."
Yeah.
Yeah, the girls love me.
That's another yes conversation for sure, because I'm sure it comes with a whole bunch of things, man, when you're when you're on that level. What did it look like with this Latin as a contract and as an artist? Was it a pretty basic, or was it strenuous? Was it a lot of work?
I signed I think I signed like a 3-year contract. It wasn't even like usually contracts when you sign them, there's so many albums.
By
And
album,
that was just a 3-year like time base. So as much as I did that year, and I put my first album out in like 3 months from being
Damn.
signed. But that was all music I already had. I just had
Okay.
to find someone to do a cover, and I guess I was just more hype off being signed to something and knowing
gotcha.
that like Mac Dre started this and then it turned to this Latin. So I was more happy. I didn't really like, how do you say, capture what I could have.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know. I mean, I was like, I'm signed. This is it.
This is
And
it.
then just nothing happened.
Did it come? How did that? What was the model of that contract, man? Did it come with a what do they call a sign-on bonus? Did it come with?
No, I didn't.
It was just.
It's more like we'll give you promotion and marketing, and we'll get you out here.
Yeah, I got you.
And we'll take I think it was like, I think I was getting 30% of what I made, which I got nothing, but whatever.
Okay.
It is what it is.
So it was more, hey, we're providing the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Do business with us. We'll get a cut.
Yeah, basically. And
Okay. Was
like,
there?
like I said, I didn't see nothing from it, but then again, that's no big deal. I got the fans from it, so it's cool. It's a
Was-
learning experience.
Was there any management?
Yeah, my partner Primo, he was from Cali. That was Goto's cousin, I believe,
Okay.
and which was weird because he would assign you to the chapter that you're from, but for some reason I was at the Cali chapter,
Oh,
even though
okay.
I was from Texas. And my partner Baby Gas, he was on there. He's actually doing hella numbers right now,
Okay.
so he's blowing up. Um, when I got signed to This Latin, This Latin just signed Burner at the same time.
Oh yeah, you were saying
Yeah,
that.
Burner wasn't any but like he was getting managed by Gotos at the same time. And so Burner was barely coming up, so I saw that.
That's
And
wild.
at the same
man.
time they signed I'm pretty sure I got this right, but there's this dude named King Peso, which y'all know now as Peso Peso.
Okay. Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Which he had to be young too, like your age then.
Yeah, he was about my age, but his name was King Peso at the time.
See, I don't even. Yeah, I just got put on to him.
See, a lot of people didn't know that, but I looked at him when he came out as Peso Peso. I'm like, that's the same motherfucker right there.
Yeah.
Which I never talked to him. He was cool though, but
He's kind of like 2.0 of SPM. I feel, man. I don't know what other people feel about it, but
he's just him. That's how I see it.
yeah, for sure. That he did a track with that Mexican OT Chingon, I think. And
Yeah, that bitch is hard.
that shit is hard, man.
fuck
And he
with that.
sounds just like SPM.
I fuck with that.
It's almost like a Pop Smoke and 50 Cent deal. Like hearing Peso
Yeah, I
and
can
then
see
knowing
that.
SPM, you know, I'm like, damn, this shit hard. You can tell who he listened to, I guess.
Oh
growing
no,
up
definitely.
by hearing him on Chingon. Who else have you seen? Let's just go there real quick. In the space the last 10 to 12 years that are now, like you're saying, your partner Baby Gas is blowing up.
Mhm.
You said early on something about Crystal popping?
Yeah, I did a few shows and toured a little thing with Crystal. That was like 5 years ago, maybe.
Oh, so that's still recent.
Yeah, because she started really blowing up. Think about it, last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like I think she had one big single out at the time, and it was doing all right. She was on tour with Garza. We did a few shows with
Oh,
them,
okay. I seen that.
and that was cool. So I saw Crystal blow up, and saw, like I said, Peso turn into Peso, Baby Gas, Jelly Roll too.
Oh, that's wild. Cause yeah.
Yeah, I knew Jelly Roll in 2012.
Damn.
Matter of fact, I was working at Hard in the Paint with Smuck.
Oh wow.
I took over the shop for a little bit, and
I didn't even know
people
that.
were coming asking for Jelly Roll CDs.
No
and
way.
Haystack, I don't know. And those two names are like just so weird. They're like Haystack and Jelly Roll. Who the fuck are these guys?
Man.
I looked them up. And I was like, okay, I get it. Now to see where they're at now, it's pretty cool.
What were you? Would you get the CDs and push them out of there, or what?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got CDs, pushed them out of there.
How long did you have that? I didn't even know that happened.
I think like someone came in and asked for like 10 15 copies
Damn.
of like 3 different CDs. So I just ordered them and
I got
sold
you.
them real quick. But that's what put me onto them. And him, Struggle Jennings, my dog Worm, rest in peace. And so I seen them blow up, especially with Jelly Rolls going right now.
Okay.
I knew him 11 years ago.
Is this do you have anything with him?
No, not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the moment.
You're saying possibly though, right, or something?
I cannot confirm or deny.
I gotcha. I gotcha, man. How long did you run Hard in the Paint, man?
I think like a good year. A year and some change. Something like that.
It was kind of ahead of its time.
No, definitely. Most definitely.
Now that you see the scene, right?
Oh yeah.
Now would be the dope ass time to bring out.
Something like that, definitely.
Yeah. Well, even that name
Oh yeah.
as a shop, you know, I think there's probably more options and maybe better aesthetics, but it was a bit ahead of its time.
Those are some good times.
Those are some good times.
Fuck yeah, that was fun.
That's when we brought Twisted down, Bash down. I don't even
Mhm.
know who else, man. You remember? I'll make sure I say this right. The Mexican dude, Zoe.
Yeah, Dirty Mexican Zoe.
Yeah, Dirty Mexican
Yeah,
Zoe.
he was coming down all the time.
He was coming out a lot, man.
Brought Chingo down. Flatline was down here.
Oh yeah.
Charlie Boy, yeah.
Oh yeah. Charlie Boy used to come down a
King
lot.
Kali.
King Kali.
Yeah, I
just
remember all
seen-
that,
I
yep.
just seen him drop something recently.
Yeah, he's
He's
back
still-
on his shit.
He's still killing it. Yep. Charlie Boy, I don't know. I haven't seen much of or heard much of.
I just saw him blow up on TikTok about a couple months ago.
Oh, no way, man.
Yeah, for an old song from like 8 years ago.
That I Look Good is still a fucking classic, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who else have you met, man, that you could probably remember? Because did you travel any with these labels, even if it was just outside of the city? But
not really. It was more traveling by myself.
okay,
Yeah, with the label on my back, I just traveled by myself.
I was about to say, so it was basically just a stamp.
I mean, I did shows and videos with Luck,
Okay.
and met his people and all that. But like with this Latin and all that, nah, I'll just wear the shirt, go out, and people would recognize the logo and ask who I was, and kind of go from there.
Okay.
So,
when did you start seeing money for the first time as an artist?
Like 15. I was charging $500-$600 a verse. I remember my best year. I think I was 18, and I made like 20,000 on verses.
On verses?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, boy.
Yeah, I was like 17, 18 at the time. I made like 20 grand off verses.
How the hell did that feel, man?
Shit. I wish I had that money now.
Well,
that's just gone.
What was your mom?
Good,
what was your mom saying about it, man? By the time like that,
she loved it. I think that's what pushed her to be like, "Yeah, keep going with this shit.
This is real."
Mm-hmm.
And
that, I mean, because I took it as a hustle though. So basically, if you need a verse, I got you. That'll be 500. If you need how'd I do it? 500 for a verse, 400 for a hook, or I can sell you a hook, beat, and a verse for $650.
Oh,
so you don't even have to find the beat. I'll do it because I'm writing so much. I can write a hook and verse.
Yep.
I'll have 10 of those, sell it 10 times, 600 at $6,000. So I'll go to artists, be like, "Hey, you want like say an artist hits me up for a feature." I was like, "Yeah, you got a beat?" They're like, "Nah, I'm kind of looking." I was like, "Well, shit, I got a whole record right here.
Mm-hmm.
Has an open verse. How much? $6. You save like $300." It sells like that.
That's a good strategy. I was going to ask you on that same note, because I know with some of your artists, you have verses in the vault that you've purchased, and they just kind of sitting there. I feel like you can probably maybe treat them as a collectible, but with some of these artists that you've managed, you've also whether put them on or sold them the verse. I was talking with Reese. There's so many ways to occupy this space, and what I've noticed about you, even early on, was you kind of collecting these verses. I say collecting, but you just probably have an ear for the way you want them to sound. I feel like that's a viable way to do business to occupy the space. Because what if you, like for you, the people that you've networked with and met, you could probably get a verse for $1,000. Let's just use easy numbers, versus somebody who's outside of the circle that it would probably play 3, right?
Oh, easy, yeah.
Did you ever look at it as a way to flip beats or flip verses?
Oh yeah, and I would put myself on the record too.
Yeah.
So I can get the promotion and the money.
Okay.
I've done that.
What has that done for you, man? Has there been a verse that you got for less than and then able to resell it?
Nothing crazy.
No. Okay.
No, nothing crazy. The best verses I got, I still have in my email.
You got them?
And contracts.
Yeah, that's the good part, right? That's the other part, which I feel like, was that involved in the Snow the Product verse that you can't release? Or can you even talk about that? Or what's the deal with that, man?
Long story short, we got the verse. It was out for a little bit. We just tried to bring it back to life and revamp it, basically.
Okay.
And had my nigga SA partner remake the beat, and he posted it on Instagram, and she contacted us like, no.
Oh, wow.
So we're like, all right, fuck it.
Was there any explanation?
She's I don't know. Maybe she didn't like the way her voice was. The verse is hard. Maybe she didn't like her voice back then. I really,
because this was early on. This was like, was this when
she was torn down here?
Yeah, she was torn down here. Because I remember her. Was she did the show at, what's that place that used to be called?
Cabanas.
Cabanas. And then the next day, she went to Recluses to record.
She went to Recluses. She went to Troublesome.
She went to Troublesome. Damn.
Somewhere else too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
that's good.
Yeah, that's the same era we got.
It
the
was
verse.
like $300 for
Yeah,
a
it wasn't
verse.
shit. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't shit.
And even then, though, I'm like, hey, this girl's gonna fucking blow up. Like $300, like
Take advantage of that shit. And
that shit was
that's
wild.
another
man.
thing. Like that's why when I see artists on the come up, I'm gonna get a verse from them, and I'm just gonna hold that motherfucker.
Oh man, that's because some of them are timeless. You can definitely hold on to it for 5 years and it was still.
I think. Let me think. I got a Lil Wayne verse that's 11 years old.
Is it the one? It's listed though, right? You have it listed or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's just in my email sitting, getting older.
Is this the one? I think you said you got it at 16 or something.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? Like, how are you? Let's just go into are these Boozy, Gucci Man? I mean, I know you've probably met a lot of people.
Yeah, I met Boosie. I met all them. My old partner before he got locked up. He might be out now. His name was Galafati. He worked for Universal Records. And
Okay.
He made some beats for me and stuff. And he's like, "Look, I'm in the studio with so and so tomorrow." I'm like, "Cool. How much?" And it just started there. I
You
started collecting right
yeah,
then and there.
you seemed to always have the ability to be able to cop those, man, when somebody contacted you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm a hustler. I'll make money, come out of thin air if I had to.
Yeah.
So when I see an opportunity, I'd rather take it than keep this money. So because you can get money all day, but if you can make moves happen, even if it's 10 years down the line, you might not be able to make that move happen again. I can't go to Lil Wayne right now and get a verse,
Hell no.
but I can get one back then, and I did. And I still have it, and I have the contracts and paperwork where I own it, and I can drop it when I want to.
Damn, man.
And I saw that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I had that mind frame, so
Do you now, in hindsight, looking back, because you have a mindset of just like a CEO, man, somebody who sees it from the vision, and then the ability to put the parts in place. Do you find yourself maybe that was forced to develop, but would you rather just be an artist and focus on making music?
yeah, I'd rather just make music. That's what I love to do. It takes all this. That's my therapy, and every artist fucking says that, of course.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I remember watching like the Birdmans and Master P's and the Rap-A-Lots and Jay Prince, and I was like, that's cool as shit. I want to know what they're doing. So I took time to study them, and I just put it into myself.
Yeah, those are empires. They went about it. Master P is definitely a really good model to mimic, man. He took over pretty quickly, just doing what he was doing. I couldn't imagine how many tapes they sold, man. That Ghetto Dope was fire, man.
It was.
I wish we'd get a Ghetto Dope too.
Shit.
It'd be maybe the younger ones or something.
Yeah, because Master P ain't got it no more.
Nah,
he don't.
He's done a couple of them. Like, nah, man, it wasn't like back then. Silk the Shocker was something different too.
Yeah.
I don't know how you felt about Silk the Shocker.
I didn't fuck with it.
A lot of people didn't, man.
Nope.
I thought it was.
He still sold hundreds of thousands of records.
Nah,
though,
he
so
did, man.
I can't knock it.
But what the No Limit stood for was probably the bigger vision. Like, okay, outside of a record label, this could happen. I think a lot of people picked up on it on the game and have tried to mimic it since.
Yeah, you can try to mimic something, but if you don't learn about it, you're never gonna do it. So I'd rather sit back and learn about it and be like, okay, this is what I have to do. It might take 5 extra years, but
yeah,
it's gonna be solid foundation.
Building the foundation. I was talking with Migs, and he was saying something similar. Like, he's got a whole vision for, because as an outsider and someone who's running a podcast, sometimes I feel like the artist should show up more, and it's just my own personal opinion. And talking with Migs, I've realized, some of you just have a different strategy. You're not in a hurry. You're not, too worried about what it looks like to other people right now. You're worried about what it looks like to you down the road. So you're building a foundation. You're taking your time. You're putting the pieces together, and then maybe roll it out.
Yeah, you got to look for the bigger picture at the end of the day. I think that's why I like Pain Pill, Leave You Behind. All my new music, I can be happy with 10 years down the line.
I really dig it, man. Was let's was it a shift that was you were conscious of? Because it seems like again, um, the this new Tales of a Broken Heart, this new album is different. It's definitely different.
It's just real. I had to live life to be able to talk about that shit. A lot of people can't talk about. 'Cause I talked about what addiction, depression, suicide, all kinds of shit on that record.
Heartbreak.
Yeah, and I just had to go through certain situations to be able to understand and express that. You can't tell someone that's never been through addiction to write a song about addiction,
Oh yeah, no.
and they could write it. You're not gonna feel it though. So,
Yeah, definitely not. It's not going to seem genuine.
so now I'm more focused on making music that is important to other people. I'm not making music. I make
Oh,
music for me now, but if I can reach other people that are like me, then that's the goal. Fuck the money at this point.
I'm glad that you didn't stop and retire like you said, man.
I've said that like 10 times.
Because getting this album, I was just excited as a fan for you, man. This is a album. I'm gonna just, of course, not that I'm not ever, but be transparent. Is I never really listened to a full length album from you besides this one, and I listened to it over and over and over. Like I was at work and I just had it on with someone. I was texting you like, bro, this one right here, this one right here.
I appreciate that.
It's something that maybe I can relate and resonate to. Maybe that's why. But from a critique standpoint, a critic standpoint, I'm like, I'm so glad he didn't stop creating, because this feels like a new leaf. It feels like the first 10 years or 12 years was just you being curated.
Yeah, really, I was just rapping my ass off.
You're just rapping. You're just getting it, man.
I can talk about whatever I want to talk about.
Everything floats. Well, again, so many people out here, they'll never be able to have that experience that you've had, being signed at 50 or noticed at 15, signed at 16, couple of record labels, versus, making 20 grand at 18 off of verses, but all the other stuff that we can talk about, all the numbers and things. So many will not be able to do that. So for you, it was almost destiny. It was just part of what you were supposed to go through.
Yeah, and I'm glad I went through it because now I understand more. So
I'm glad you went
I
through
can
it
just
too,
focus
man.
on myself now.
I'm glad just so we can get this album, if that makes sense, from a selfish standpoint.
Oh no,
I hate that you had to go through all that to create it, but
it's gonna happen regardless.
This is the gold. This is the gold that comes from it. I think that's different from an artist and a normal person. A normal person going through that shit, all they have to do is they can do is just talk about it, either with their family or therapist.
Not even that. When it comes to like addiction and depression, you don't talk about it,
And you don't
know how to talk about it. Because when you talk about it, you're judged, and when you're judged, you hide, and it just stacks up more. So basically, when I make this music now, I'm just letting you know that like you're not alone. You can let me be the voice of the untold thoughts, because there's a lot of thoughts people go through that, like addiction. They're not gonna say because they don't want to be judged. They're gonna be pointed at all the time. Well, I'll be the voice for you. I'll be the face of that. So you're not alone.
It's a perfect testament, man. This new album, The Voice of the Untold Thoughts. Like, where did that come from? Because it wasn't always like that.
The Voice of the Untold Thoughts. That's my alias. Just realized I was just fucking. I guess while I was going through depression, still am, and all that good shit, I felt alone. And then I started meeting people after I put the new like Pain Pill out that were meant the same way. I started getting a lot of messages about people trying to kill themselves and their story, and they're glad they heard my music because they're not alone. And I'm getting all this love, and I'm like, these are broken people. I'm a broken person also. So let me make music for y'all. Like, I don't care if the club don't play my shit, the radio don't play my shit. They can go fuck themselves. I'm gonna make music for my people. That's all I care. It helps out. It helps out a lot.
Yeah, getting that feedback is probably something different.
It's beautiful
From this than what you were getting feedback from your music before.
Yeah, because it's more personal. Back then, they're like, this nigga can rap. He's cold. That's all cool.
That's-
It's
yeah.
all gravy and biscuits and all. But when I get a personal message where you're spending your time and sending me paragraphs off one record, all right, I know that meant something to you. Because it meant something for me at the time. Still does.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think do you think with the depression and the addiction and stuff like that, because I know I've definitely been down there, it feels like you're the only one, like you're all alone.
Exactly.
um the reason I like to watch other podcasts with artists, so one of the recent ones months ago was with Johnny Depp and Joe Rogan,
Mhm.
and Johnny Depp was talking about his depression, and I'm like, damn, okay, so even at his level, the height of his career, being a $20 million actor type stuff, and still deals with it and still goes through with it. I think as an artist, um, I don't know where we get this from, but it's like we can't be human and go through shit.
We're not allowed to be.
We're not allowed to be. It's so weird, you know. It's like, nah, man. I got extreme PTSD and anxiety.
Yeah, me too.
It's hard for me to be in a space like this.
Matter of fact, later when this is posted,
Hmm.
watch the video. You see me fucking with my ring this whole time.
Oh
'Cause my
yeah,
anxiety's fucking with me.
that's interesting you say that. So on mine, you'll see me doing this,
Mhm.
and it's just me telling myself to be present.
I've been catching myself doing that.
Yeah,
right
everything's
there
fine.
since I've sat down.
You're safe, Sam. Like, but it's a few things. One of them is definitely a chemical imbalance that's happening.
Speaking of that, that's crazy. That's my next album title.
Chemical imbalance.
Mhm.
Oh, that's fire, man. Oh, I can't wait. That's gonna be good.
If you like this last album, this one's gonna
I already like the title. If that's
probably
gonna be it,
tear
because
tear you apart straight up.
man.
I'm already, and I just started that like 2 weeks ago. I think
Oh
I'm
hell
like
yeah, man.
eight records deep.
Damn,
I want to do a whole album to this one.
I dig it, man.
But yeah, Chemical Imbalances, the next project we're working
It's a real thing.
on.
So
Oh, yeah,
as an
definitely.
artist, I don't know, you know, my coping, quote unquote coping, what helps me is smoking the right weed, but it's not always encouraged. But it does help compared to other vices, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because my vice was drinking.
Yeah, some vices can get dangerous. And it's like what I've always said, man. So like even you looking back at your own journey, some of those things you may not have chosen, and they were the thing that needed to happen. So going through it is just hard as hell. And I know that um, the choices we make, even though they look fucked up at the time, it's the whole, you know, what the enemy meant for bad, God meant for good. You know, God will always transmute it and transform it if you're willing to face it. That's the other thing is, if when I'm willing to face my depression, my addiction, and figure out what's really happening, then I can do something about it. But if I'm afraid to look at like I was so afraid to tell people I had extreme PTSD
Mhm.
or that I had anxiety because I didn't want to seem weak, or I didn't want to seem, I don't know, weird or out of place, you know. I have to tell people now if I get invited somewhere, I'm like, man, I can't really go because I will circle a parking lot if I get invited somewhere probably 5 times before I park.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Because
same way.
I'm dealing with the fuck's going on in my head, and it just it's a lifetime thing, man.
But yeah, I was trying to have one of my people pull up with me and actually come in here and look around before I walked in.
You see,
But
it's a real thing.
I saw you standing outside. I was like, okay, let's kind of see what's going on here.
And creating art is putting that in check. Like the ability for you to create a whole album out of it is a fucking feat, man. It's for me at least, and it's worth highlighting because a lot of people just deal with that on their own and they never do anything with it. They carry it around, it becomes unforgiveness, bitterness, you know, whatever. But the ability to create a work of art, and then so it's no wonder that you're getting the feedback you're getting because you put your fucking heart into it. You put your tears into it, you know, and now the people are resonating with it.
Yeah, it's harder. It's not harder to write it because it's just real now. It's easy to paint a picture.
Was it harder for you to put your emotions into before than it is now?
Um,
Like, did you stray away from this type of album?
no.
Okay,
You listen to a few of my past records. There's some songs that talk about it.
they came out.
Like on Purple Heart Soldier, I got a song called 5 a.m. It's all about being drugged up and fucked up. And then I got another record called Suicide Note I did years ago.
Oh
That's
shit.
pretty
Okay,
sad. Um,
I found the Death Gotta Be Easy because life is hard.
that's one of my first records. Technically, if you think about it, I just went full circle.
That was a hard beat, man.
Yeah,
That was a hard record.
and now I'm back on the same topic.
Yeah,
And that was I didn't stray away from it. I was getting in where I fit in. Now I found my lane.
I got you. What do you think about the current space you're in with this type of album, man?
I love it. Like I said, I love the music now. It has a meaning, and people hear. I mean, I've seen. Like I show my people the music, or I show their friends, and I've seen people break down and cry in front of me.
Damn, man.
I've had a lot of people hit me up after they heard that. I'm like, man, I just want to give you a hug. I didn't know you were going through that. Well, yeah, because when I was crying out for it, you weren't listening, but now you're listening.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Hmm.
Um,
I love it though. I love the space I'm in now.
yeah, you were saying you got a lot of numbers in Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville fuck with me heavy. Nashville and can't remember what city. I think it's like Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah, Tampa, Nashville, and Dallas are like my top 3 cities right now.
Okay. Dallas is pretty big. I can see that now. Nashville for sure. Just because of the culture of music. Have you ever been to Nashville?
No, I'm supposed to go this summer though.
Oh hell yeah, man.
Yeah, check it out. I might move out there. I thought about it, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not too worried. I'm just focused on making the actual product right now.
What's going to be different with this album than what you've done different post album with other albums? Like, what are you going to do different with this one, man? Because the feedback is different. The fans are maybe a little bit different, or they're approaching you differently.
I'm getting new fans from this last album that they're just fucking amazing. They're on my side, so
Yeah.
they're just waiting for me to drop anything at this point. This next, the Chemical Imbalance record, I'm talking about addiction and depression, but I'm talking to people at a standpoint of the anger that comes behind it now. It really tells a broken heart. I told you about the addiction, what I'm addicted to. I can't sleep. I can't function. Now I'm gonna show y'all the chemical side of my brain where my anger could turn to sadness and depression like that, and explain how fed up I'm with myself now.
It's like the different stages of.
Basically,
I dig that, man.
Basically, this last album I'm admitting to what's going on. This next one I'm explaining it.
Oh man, okay.
So that's kind of where that's coming from.
That's gonna relate to a lot of people.
I do got one more album coming out with my partner Scarsega called Throw the Capos. That's more of the Texas vibe.
Okay.
The whole album's produced by Cartel Kush. And that's probably like the last kind of Texas album. The Texas style music, Southern music, you'll hear from me for a good while. I'm just doing that just to give my old fans what they want from me, basically.
I got you. Yeah, it seems the people who have gravitated towards you for features are it's a lot of Texas vibes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I'm known for that. I was next to Lucky, so of course.
You got a lot, man. I'm telling you. I was going through your stuff. I'm like, there's that person, there's that person, there's that person, there's that person. I'm like, damn. You've definitely have had an influence out here, man. I don't know if anybody's ever told you, but I wanted to recognize that for sure. There's a lot going on. You know, we said with one of these interviews that a lot wouldn't have happened. Of course, with the current people in the space, like people who have studios, people who have cameras and videographers. I mean, Troublesome is somebody that a lot wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for him. Right, he filmed a lot of videos, you know. A lot wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you. When somebody talks about paving the way, it's the difference between riding a horse and buggy on a dirt road and having the loop.
Mm-hmm.
And whether people realize or were around or recognize the hard work of building the loop, you still use it.
Yep,
every day, right? And you may be unaware of who built it. And that's how I feel like for you. Like, what you did early on, again, 10, 12 years ago, that a lot of these, you know, like the guy I had on Reese, he's 18. So there's no way for him to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these guys are on a highway that they don't even know people built for them. And I just wanted to be somebody that recognizes those people, man. So like Smuck is one of them that I think we need a whole history of Black Lorraine and what they did.
I'm about to bring Smuck out of retirement for a record.
Man, I went back and listened to some, you know, some, again, you were talking about you had a whole deal with Lucky.
Yeah.
I know there's, I think there's a whole album with Smuck and Lucky that didn't ever get dropped either.
I know one did, and they still have a lot of shit.
Man, so this is just an opportunity, man, to continue to remind people of the other artists out here that have done something
Mm-hmm.
and that are still occupying the space, but also trudge through the goddamn snow to get to this point. You know, it's a whole lot easier creating a DSP than packaging a CD, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like the CD era though. That was fun.
It was fire, man.
I mean, you can make money out of nothing. That CD could have been trash. You can make some money out.
You could take 10 CDs into a city and pay for your way, or 10 to 20.
Yeah, that's what I love, especially if you're out of town. Hit them gas stations.
Oh man,
they
people
love that.
You can't get that no more, man.
No, there's no way. The only way to sell CDs now if you have a fan base. That's about it.
That's about it.
And you have to have a strong, loyal fan base.
I used to look for those guys at the gas station.
Yeah, I remember, man, the malls.
The malls, there was always somebody out, man. And every now and then it was worth it.
I loved it. Anyone that came up to sell me a CD,
I bought it. Oh,
even if I didn't listen to it, I would buy it.
Same. I would listen to it for that day. And if they were trash, I'm sorry, I would take it out. But I still bought it.
Yeah, you still support.
But some of them, I'm like, God dang, you know.
They're pretty raw.
I remember buying a SPM CD for $5 before anybody knew who he was. I was 14.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is crazy. This is wild.
I don't even know what happened to it. Should have kept it. That could have been a collectible. But what else, man, have you accomplished that you want people to know about? I mean, I know it's hard to say, well, I've done this, I've done that, but you've done a lot, man.
Yeah, I've done a shitload of shit.
So, well, let's talk about this. When the last label was Steak and Shrimp, how old were you? Just recent then, right? 22 something,
I was
maybe?
20, and I left at like 22, 23.
Okay. And when you say left, what was that, just mutual?
Yeah, no, I was just, I wanted to do my own thing at that point. And Lucky, me and Lucky made music after that all the time. It's just, I told him, let me kind of branch off and figure this out on my own now.
Gotcha.
So I did.
Was there anybody else on Steak and Shrimp?
Yeah, it was me, Lucky, of course, Lil Cool, Don D, Tomcat, Zone, Mr. Trails. Yeah, we had a little strong group.
You've been around a lot, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's something as an artist, for an artist today, that you could share, either from a management standpoint, a leadership standpoint, an artist standpoint, that would help them with less obstacles, you know, whether it's a mind frame?
Management and leader wise, you got to pay for that information. Artist standpoint, just drop your shit. It don't matter if you like it or not, just drop your shit and stay consistent. A lot of artists will record 10 songs and drop one. Nope, drop every one of those motherfuckers. Trust me, one of them will pop. Because definitely, if you drop 1 out of 10, then and the other 9 you didn't drop are not going to pop at all. Because you never dropped them. Drop all 10 of them bitches. Stay consistent and keep dropping. And put some money behind your shit, please.
Yeah.
If you have your own studio, cool. Find someone to mix it good. Get some good graphics. Don't just drop your shit because you recorded it on your phone. That's not gonna work.
Just because you can.
Yeah, put some money behind this shit.
Got it.
You want a place to eat at the table, you got to pay your way in.
That's a very good statement, man. Some people want to be in the spotlight, but they have nothing to highlight.
Exactly. A lot of people are addicted to the fame and the clout and the likes they get on the
Cloud
internet.
is a real deal.
It's a drug.
I didn't think it
people,
was,
People will go fucking crazy over
but
that
I've been
shit.
paying attention over the last year, and it seems like for some people, cloud is more valuable than money.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It makes no
It's
sense.
just a drug. That's all it is.
But I've seen it in another space. Starting businesses is almost as addicting as having clout, because you have clout of having a business, but you don't have a real business. 80% of people don't have a real viable business. They're just, somebody happened to buy their product or service once, and now they're just repeating it.
Basically, I mean, a lot of people that have clout don't even have businesses though.
They don't.
There's more people famous than rich and famous.
Oh, that's a good one.
So you'd rather be famous and not have no money instead of being both or just rich?
Or just
That
rich
makes no
with
fucking
no
sense.
fame.
Makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't. We're probably in the height of that era right now.
No, definitely.
And I don't know, maybe that's just a lack of knowledge. I mean, people can live the way they want to live, and I'm like, for me, there's no way that I would have fame without monetizing it.
Yeah, no. If you get a little bit of fame, make a fucking t-shirt.
I'm making
make some
money,
merch.
baby.
You gonna make some. You gonna make
Even if it's $1 off of everybody.
You don't have to have 1 million fans to make $1 million. You need 10,000 loyal fans to spend $100 a year, and you'll make $1 million.
That's a good point.
People don't see that shit. They're like, we need hundreds of thousands of millions of followers. No, you fucking don't.
I need 1 million followers.
No, you don't.
If you had 10,000, if you got 10,000, there's people
10,000 followers
on Instagram
$100
that is
a piece.
Yep,
it's $1 million.
Even if it's $1,000. So, for example, shout out to, again, a lot of people who have made everything possible out here. So, like, for my haircut, shout out Off the Wall. Shout out the Element 14.
Shout out Walmart for this $5 black tea.
There you go. Shout out Prinavision, Ro over there at Prinavision.
Roscama.
For
I used to call him Roscama bin Laden.
Oh yeah. He's got the ability to produce merch for people on demand and also ship it out, which I don't know if a lot of people know about. But if you got 100 fans that'll buy $50 worth, and you're trying to fund your next project, that's $5,000.
Yeah, it's not hard to make money. That's where the whole clout and fame gets into the mix. They think we need all these followers and shit. No, you don't. You really don't.
You really don't.
Mm-mm.
Some people, I feel, I don't know. I haven't been there. I haven't gotten 20,000 followers on Instagram, but as soon as I do, I'm telling you, I ain't fucking sitting on it like if it's nothing and just getting on to entertain them.
If you can get everyone to send you $1, that's 20 grand.
That's 20 grand.
$1.
Like with your Tales of a Broken Heart, how much did it go for? I pay the Apple Pay, so I don't. I pay subscription, so I don't know if that's different.
I mean, you get paid per stream for that, but like on iTunes, it was like $6.
Okay, so let me ask you this: from a consumer standpoint, should I still go buy the album to support you versus if I'm paying the subscription already to listen to the music?
If you're one of them loyal fans, you will.
You're gonna do it anyway.
I do that.
Yeah.
When one of my favorite artists drops, or even one of my people drops, I buy their album on iTunes and still go stream it on Spotify.
Got it.
So not only did I give you that money up front because I support, when I stream it, you're getting money too.
Got it.
So you're getting 2 avenues of money. That's because I support.
Yeah. It's kind of like tipping your barber.
Basically, yeah, same thing. You're paying them already.
Yeah.
And you're tipping them because you look extra fresh. Cool. Same thing.
Why not?
Mm-hmm. But with the album, you pay for it once. You know what I'm saying? It's not like tipping your barber. You got to do that every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So when you do buy it, I stream, man. So it's been a while since I bought something. And I'm realizing right now in this conversation, I'm like, damn, I need to go buy more. I need to support that way.
Just like your people and like big artists you really support. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I buy it and then just still stream it on YouTube or on Spotify.
Yeah. Again, because you're probably just because you know the space, you know what that does for the artist.
Exactly.
Again, it's harder to make. I remember Twista when we were bringing him down, talking about the shift in music because of the internet. And this was 12 years ago. And we're just now seeing, in a sense, what he was talking about then.
Well, yeah, the shift hurt a lot of artists that only knew how to do like CDs and shit like that. But really, there's more money in the music business now than ever.
See, that's a good perspective, man.
Mhm.
It's just navigating it. I think people always use the word saturation as a way to keep out of the scene, but I'm like, it makes it even better.
Do this. Say you got 100,000 Spotify listeners, and say this is not the number, but you get for 1 million plays, you get $2,000. 100,000. Each person has to listen to the song 10 times. That's $2,000 for 1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get 100,000. That's 10, or yeah, 100,000. They listen to it 10 times. It triples, or like times 5.
Oh wow!
That 2,000 turns to $10,000
Holy shit!
with 100,000 Spotify listeners.
Damn.
So they listen to 10 songs each. That's all you need
Yeah, and that's
to get 1 million. 100,000 listeners. So imagine the artists that aren't super popping with 600,000 followers. Now that gives you 30 days. 600,000 people are going to listen to your song once? No, they're going to listen to it about 30 times.
Yep.
That's 3 million.
God.
So say that's $6,000. But that's if they listen to it 3 times each. They listen to 10, say like I got all them followers. They're going to listen to one song a month from me? No, they're going to listen to 30.
Yeah.
Not 30 of my
times.
songs, but 30 times. That's 3 million. That's $6,000. But what about my fans that play my music all day? That 3 million turned to 5 million. That's $10,000 a month from Spotify. That's just Spotify. There's Apple Music too. There's YouTube also.
Damn.
You don't need millions of followers. Just get 100,000 people to listen to your shit, like streaming wise, 10 times a month each.
You're good to go.
You're set for life. You'll bring home 120,000 a year.
The other thing is, it's there.
Oh yeah.
If I bought like the SPM CD, as you know, if we were still doing CDs, I'd have to go buy another one.
Exactly. That's $10.
That's $10. But if I do it once, boom, it's saved. And okay, imagine CDs back in the day, right? You bought the CD, you played it in your car,
you burned it for a homeboy,
and you burned it for a homeboy. But the amount of times that you played it, the artist didn't get the only credit they got was that they sold the record.
Back then was fast money.
They did, yeah.
This is slow money.
I got you. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
It's the hustle just reversed.
I got you. So it's on the back end. Oh shit! My mind's just being blown right now. I just got it.
It's back end shit.
Oh shit!
Because it's like, say, I think Jelly Roll right now has 4 million listeners.
Well, it makes sense because again, going back to SPM, the CD is. Do you know how many times I listened to that?
Oh yeah.
For the first 2 weeks, I probably listened to it 100 times. But he only got credit for me buying the record once.
$5. That was it.
Damn.
So I mean,
okay.
That's why I'm saying there's more money now than there's ever been in the music game.
I got you.
Definitely.
Are you excited that you didn't stop and you created this album?
No, of course. Yeah.
For yourself.
It's a beautiful album.
Yeah, it's a good one, man.
Thank you.
I think we're just scratching the surface of what it's gonna do over the next few months.
Oh yeah, I'm already planning the next video and everything.
I dig it, man. The visuals for some of these I really want to see.
Oh yeah, I mean,
especially what you've already done.
I want to shoot a video to every record. So.
Oh hell yeah, man.
That's the plan.
Yeah, jokingly, I was gonna ask you if you were sponsored by Bud Light.
I wish.
It's just like you're a Bud Light drinker for sure. But I think your last 3 visuals, you've had them. You never know, man.
Hey, if they want to come cut that check and come correct,
it could be a small one.
I won't be upset.
I know. Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Most of the big names right now are definitely taking on smaller, quote unquote, influencers for their marketing and advertising. So you never know.
I'm with it.
Like what you're saying,
Bud Light, holla, please.
Yep, there's probably more money to grab now and more opportunities.
Fuck yeah.
It's been one hell of a ride for you, I'm sure, man.
Oh man, and it's like I said, I'm 27.
You're only 27,
and I can. That's the thing. I can do. All the OGs know me, and all the young cats know me. I was in that perfect age era, and there's cats that are my age also that did the same thing, just didn't stay consistent. So I'm still here.
And you've done it, quote unquote, right. Which meaning
I fucked up a lot though.
I'm sure you fucked up more than you want to admit. A lot of your stuff, again, because of what we just talked about, the ability to get credit for the plays, they're gonna get played 10 years from now, 15 years from now.
And that's the thing about this album. Someone was telling me about it. I can't. Where's she from? Shout out my homegirl, Amber. She's from. She found me on YouTube. She's one of them that sent me one of the messages after she heard Pain Pill. But she's like, I think I don't want to get this wrong. Like Ohio or some shit like that.
Okay.
No, Kansas. My bad. She's from Kansas, and she heard it. I have no idea how.
Oh wow.
But she said this is timeless music. I was like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you can listen to this whenever. People going through addiction are gonna feel it, and people who beat addiction, it's gonna take them back to that time and show them what they thought, how they felt back in the day.
Yeah.
So even if they beat it, it's gonna still basically they're gonna feel it regardless. It's gonna resonate with them.
No, for sure, man. I think with this album, we'll start wrapping it up. It's gonna probably do this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Throughout the next 5 to 10 years, you know, where
it's not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah,
you know, that's the thing. I've had a lot of my old fans like straight up tell me like Pain Pill, they hated it.
Oh wow,
because they're like, man, we like when you're rapping fast. That anybody really want to, you know, we love when you talk that shit. I still fuck with you, but I don't like this. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm not really making it for y'all.
The other thing is, this is just America.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You can promote it in Japan. You could probably promote this in, you know, just other areas in general.
Speaking of Japan, shout out to my partner Johnny C. We just put a record out with Big Gemini a few months ago.
Oh damn!
Japan actually fucks with Johnny C heavy.
Let's go,
and
man.
They've been fucking with the record. I noticed them pop up in my top 10, like most played
places.
Oh,
sweet, man.
So, yeah, shout out Japan.
It's kind of what's happening with 50 right now. 50's eating real big right now, going on an international tour because they rock with them.
Japan and places like that will pay you $1 million.
No, for real, they will, man.
And pay for everything to get there. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, they show love, is what I've heard, and watching other artists that go out there. So I like to mention, like, for an artist out here, this is just here. What's happening here? Mm-hmm. There's the rest of the country, because of the world we live in today. The rest of the world, I mean, that you have access to, where you can gather more listeners, man.
Exactly. It's free game right now.
It's free game, man. Pick it up. What do you want to leave the people with, man? What's something that they can look forward to? Where can they find you? This went by really fast. Thanks again, man.
Did.
Yeah.
Just Google me.
Jay the Drank Leo.
Jay the Drank Leo. JayThaDrankleo. Just Google. I mean,
it's on the title.
Yeah. Just go over there. I'm gonna be there. If you want to contact me, all my music's everywhere. I ain't gotta say where to look up me.
Yeah,
I'm Googleable now.
Yeah, you really are, man. So go Google it.
Is that a word? Googleable. I'm Googleable.
Googleable. If you find him on Instagram, he's accessible. You can DM him. He's not too far, far away for you not to reach.
Yeah, just holler at me. I'm not that hard to find. I might not reach out immediately. I'm very secluded. So
gotcha. Make sure to go listen to Tales of a Broken Heart. This is Untold. What is it?
Tales of a Broken Heart.
No, your logo. Thoughts of Unspoken Thoughts.
My alias, the Voice of the Untold Thoughts.
Voice of the Untold Thoughts.
That's my other name. Secluded Personality Entertainment is the label I'm with now. Yeah, Chemical Imbalance coming soon. Throw Capos, Scar Sega, Cartel Kush coming soon.
A lot more.
Just pay attention.
Pay attention. Make sure you're subscribing, liking. If this is your first time joining us, again, thanks for joining us to learn about the artists in front of you in this way. If you've been supporting us, make sure to tell your family and friends. And we're here every Thursday, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. So we'll be here next Thursday. This one went by really fast, man. Even with the last guy, I'm like, God damn, an hour and a half.
It really did. All I gotta say is, hey, everybody out there, keep your head up. Keep it Franklin. That's 100 if you don't know. Keep it Franklin. And this will be my last podcast I'm ever done.
This is Jay the Drank's last podcast, so we appreciate you.
You won't see him on interviews, nothing. Just listen to the music.
Taking the time to come over here and bless us, man. Truly. If you don't know about Jay the Drank, it's worth looking up what he's done, where he's been, who he's networked with, and how many people he's met. If you're in the 432 trying to create this for yourself, he's definitely someone to look up to and compare to. So, Jay, thanks again, man. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Bubba.
Y'all be safe.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Damn, bro, that went by fast.
That was insane.
I got